So to summarize, do you want happiness that comes and goes? Or do you want eternal happiness? Intrinsically, innately, we all want eternal happiness. We cannot help but desire eternal bliss. And if we do not attain eternal bliss, if we do not achieve or reach that place, let's call it a place for now, even though it's not a place. If we do, or we can call it a state, even though it's not a state. If we do not reach that place or that state of eternal bliss, we will be seeking it. Why? Because intuitively we know it is possible. Why do we have this intuition? It's because it's what we are. So there's this intuition of something missing when we're attending to objective phenomena, when we're taking ourselves to be limited. So do you want eternal bliss, or do you want happiness that comes and goes? Everybody wants eternal bliss. The only way is through the eternal, not through the changing. So we have to pay attention to the I am. This is the direct path. All other paths, as Gordon said earlier, much earlier, he said, all the other paths are to go towards objects. Hester said the same thing. She said all other paths go to the second and third persons, which are the objects. And the nature of objects is change. They are born, they float around for a while, and then they die. They're created, and then they're destroyed. So all practices that are object-based will ultimately lead to more suffering. Why do I say ultimately? Because they can reduce suffering. Object-based practices can reduce suffering, but they can never abolish or annihilate suffering. So we're not saying all these object-based practices are useless. No, we're saying they can help the body-mind entity suffer less, but they can never remove the delusion or illusion or ignorance that I am a limited entity. They can never remove that sense of limitation. They'll never be fully liberating. They can only be partially liberating. Partially liberating here means partially reduce suffering. And partial liberation is not liberation, of course. So only going towards the changeless can give us the changeless. And this is movement towards the changeless. You may call it self-inquiry, you may not call it self-inquiry. It doesn't matter what you call it, but that is the only way. Movement towards the changeless does what Demetrius says. It's not a movement. Because when you get to the changeless is not moving. Movement means change. So it's actually just being still. It's just to be. All other teachings are to do. Only self-inquiry is to be. Now you might say, well, there are lots of ways of just being. But what you'll find is that the other ways are ways that the body-mind can just be. You can be the body-mind. The body-mind can be, which is actually movement. Because there's still an idea, I'm the body-mind, which is ignorance. And that ignorance itself is movement. Only self-inquiry takes you beyond the idea and removes the idea, I'm the body-mind, and you just be. And when you just be, you're not just being as the body-mind, as Tom, as Peter, as Paul, or whatever your name is, apparent name is, or the body-mind name is. You're just being as yourself, your true self, consciousness. This is why it's the only path. So to call it the direct path is true, but it's also a misnomer in the sense that it implies there are other paths. There are no other paths. There's only one path to the self. It's not really like climbing up a mountain, because there are many ways to climb up the mountain. It's more like, and again, this analogy isn't perfect either, but it's more like walking through a door. Yeah. The only way to walk through the door is to walk through the door. And of course, just I'm talking about an open doorway, right?